The House January 6th committee went to hear from former President Trump himself. It voted to subpoena him yesterday at the end of a public hearing. The former president just sent a letter to the committee chairman. It says in part, quote, "You have not spent even a short moment on examining the massive election fraud that took place during the 2020 presidential election and have targeted only those who were as concerned American citizens protecting the fraud itself." CBS reporter Natalie Brand has more from Capitol Hill. I want to say good morning to you, Natalie. Bring us up to date on this.
Good morning, Justin. The former president had teased that he would respond to the committee this morning, this hour, and here we have this 14-page letter that was sent by former President Trump to the committee chair, Benny Thompson. But notably, while it blasts the committee and then again makes these baseless claims of election fraud, he did not directly respond to the subpoena. The vote to issue that subpoena that was taken yesterday by the committee making clear they want to hear from the former president directly. Chair Thompson says this is about accountability.
The resolution is agreed to.
The House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack ended what could be its final public hearing with a unanimous vote to subpoena testimony from former President Trump himself.
We have sufficient information to consider criminal referrals for multiple individuals, but a key task remains. We must seek the testimony under oath of January 6th central player.
Afterwards, the former president lashed out on social media, asking why he wasn't asked months ago and saying the committee is, quote, a total bust that has only served to further divide the country. The dramatic hearing featured more video testimony from former top White House aides who recalled Trump's private acknowledgments that he lost the 2020 election.
He had said something to the effect of, "I don't want people to know we lost, Mark. This is embarrassing."
And also never seen before footage of congressional leaders pleading for help as the chaos unfolded.
Why don't you get the president to tell them to leave the Capitol, Mr. Attorney General?
Lawmakers also put the spotlight on the U.S. Secret Service, presenting new evidence that they say shows agents were aware of threats of violence before the Capitol assault.
California Democrat Adam Schiff read some of the alerts the agents were getting as much as a week and a half before the attack.
They think that they will have a large enough group to march into D.C. armed and will outnumber the police so they can't be stopped. Their plan is to literally kill people.
A final report of the panel's findings is expected by the end of the year.
So as for what happens next, following this vote to issue the subpoena, we are told, according to a committee aide, that formal subpoena will be sent to the former president as early as next week. So then we can expect perhaps a response from his legal team. The chair of the committee was asked yesterday by reporters what happens if this turns into a legal fight. Is the committee prepared to go to court? And he essentially said we'll have to wait and see what happens. Justin.
Natalie, I want to know about that video of the congressional leaders on January 6th. Where did that come from?
Yeah, this was a rare behind-the-scenes look at congressional leaders, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other leaders, huddled in a secure location, making calls to state, local, and federal leaders pleading for help. And we have learned that video actually came from the House Speaker's daughter, Alexandra Pelosi, who also, as you may know, is a documentary filmmaker who is there documenting these tense moments as the January 6th attack was unfolding here on Capitol Hill. Justin.
Natalie Brand reporting live for us this morning. Thank you so much, Natalie.